Hi there, it's Lori from Lollipop Paper and Ink. Thanks so much for joining me today. I have a new project from a new product from the new catalog. It's from the brand new, just released this week, 22 to 23 annual catalog. And the stamp set I chose, the bundle actually that I chose to start with, when I got my pre-order products, was the Sweet Songbirds bundle, and you'll find that on page 31. It's a punch bundle, so it makes things easy peasy to just put together in a flash. It's an adorable bundle. It's not just, it would be perfect for juvenile cards, but it doesn't have to be. It has perfect images that are just adorable for any card. Actually, the card that we're going to duplicate today is this one, and this is what I sent to my customer for my customer thank yous this month for April. And we're going to try to do it in two different in colors, so if we have time today. And speaking of the new in colors, this one is the Parakeet Party color, and very similar to one we used to have that was Lemon Lime Twist, but just has a little bit of a different hue to it. Another one that we're going to work on today, which I think is my favorite color out of the new in colors, is the Orchid Oasis, and we'll try to do one with the Starry Sky also. So our other two colors this year are the Tahitian Tide and the Sweet Sorbet. So really nice, bold, beautiful colors to work with. Now, just so you know that Stampin' Up! Just for the month of May, so from now until May 31st, they have a new in-color starter kit promotion. So what that means is the usual starter kit to join to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if you join under me, then you become a member of the incredible crew, my team. And it's the usual $99. You get to choose $125 worth of product. And in addition to that, they will also include in your starter kit the brand new in color grid paper, the variety pack of the in color cardstock, the entire 5 ink pad collection of the new in colors, and also the designer series paper in the 5 new in colors. So that's the 6x6. So that is just added. It's above and beyond the normal, usual, excellent bundle savings. So check into that. I will have the link for that in my in the description. So the link to send you to my blog where you can get all the information, and you can always contact me if you have any questions. Okay, let's get started here. This is done in the Parakeet Party. I already trimmed some paper, some cardstock, and some DSP from the DSP pack. This is the in color. So this would be the Orchid Oasis, which I said I think is my favorite. So what we have here is just a regular card base, 11 by 4¼ scored at 5½. Then I have a piece of the Orchid Oasis cardstock, and that is trimmed at 5¼ by 4. And then I have basic white, which is 5⅛ by 3 7/8, just a really tiny 1/8 inch border there. And then here I have just the 5 by 3 3/4. So this is all going to fit nicely on there. So then this one is just 5 3/4 by 1, and this was just the piece that I took off here, and I wanted to use the coordinating pattern that was right on the back there. Okay, so let's just get these together, and then we can start stamping. So we'll just use a little bit of seal. Get this on first. Okay, and then we can get our DSP on here, and it doesn't matter which, I think in our next project we'll use the plaid side of the design, which I love too. And that's just going to go right on here. Okay, and then I'll just take this little guy and I will do the opposite side here, just to coordinate a little bit. And we'll mix it up with our second project. But this should be fitting right there on the bottom. Perfect, side to side. And then I'm going to take some of the, this is part, the In Colors, the collection also has this metallic woven ribbon, which is very fine. And my very best part of it is that it frays really nicely at the end. So let's just get this all done. And then we can get on to that cute little birdie. And I'm just going to make this a little bit longer so that we have enough to make the bow. And what I think I'm going to do is put a glue dot here because this is such a fine ribbon. It's for me, it's a little hard to hold and tie at the same time. So let's just do that. I'm just going to roll it up really thin here, just a little blob, so that it doesn't show through, which I don't think it would anyway. But okay, so that just makes it easier to make this little bow. So I just want to make sure that my my layer is flat here. So maybe it's twisted in the back. Nope, it's good. All right. And you know what? I'm going to give myself a little extra on one side to make it easier to make that bow. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Turn it upside down. See how hard it is for me to use that? Because I want my tails to be going down. So that's why I turned the card. Make it easier to make the bow this way. There you go. Okay, so I can just leave that. I like a nice little tight bow. And I'm just going to cut these tails pretty short because I want to fray them. And you just take your paper piercer, take your pick tool, and just give it a little, it just gives it a little bit of interest. And all I do is just scrape the inside and it separates really nicely. That is my favorite part of that ribbon. Okay, so I can put this on here now. And now that I have that ribbon wrapped around nicely, and let's just, okay, so we have our beautiful base now. Now we can start building it. So what I did here is I already trimmed, a die cut, a piece. This is a square from, the actual square here is missing, but this is a brand new die set, and I am in love with it. We finally have our stitched squares and our stitched circles back. So my large one is out right now, but so I just cropped it right from there. So this is called the Stylish Shapes dies. That is hard to say. Okay, so that's going to go right on here after we just do a little bit of stamping. So I'm taking my crumb cake ink, and let's see, where is the stamp set? We need that. And so for the crumb cake, I just need to do a little bit of a branch that's coming out. So I don't want to do the whole thing. I'm going to put it on here because this is photopolymer and it does need a little bit more of a squishy base for that. Okay, so I want to round it up a little bit because that's where that cute little nest is going to fall. Okay, and then while we're here, I'm taking a piece of the crumb cake cardstock, and I want to take this adorable little nest, and I'm going to stamp that tone on tone right here onto my cardstock. And this will just take a second we are going to need that in just a minute, but let me just trim that off so we have a cute little nest. Okay, so that's good. Maybe I'll need that for later. Alrighty, so this is going to go here, just fitting right off to the square. That's fine. I want the design to do that, and we just need to add a few little leaves to the side here. And this stamp set has so many stamps. Let me see how many. 24 stamps. So plenty to choose from. So I'm taking this one here, and it's the a cute little leaf image, but it's one stamp, and it will serve to cut. I mean, it will serve to show at least those 5 little buds. Okay, so I'm using my garden green here, and I'll make sure I'm all nice and full there. And I'm just going to place it, trying to just get it right into the center of both. Right where that little, okay, so that's all I need that for. Okay, so now since we're featuring the Orchid Oasis, I'm going to use that one to stamp my little birdie, and then we'll just punch him right out. And without having to, normally I would just stamp my leaves here also, but then I would end up having to cut my paper. So I'm just going to take another piece of scrap and do my little, my wing here. And this way I know that there's no fuss. I can just run that right through the punch. And I have a long enough piece where I have enough to hold on to. Okay, so while we have this little guy out, let me just finish his face a little. And that is just by adding that little tiny beak, I should say. And I'm using Daffodil Delight for that. So that will just pop right out. And there we go. Just gives it a little bit of extra color. And then his eyes, now I liked his eyes down, but you have a choice. You have the eyes that are like I'm going to use, where they're like closing and squinting, or they have just regular circle. Hard to see that, but for those, but I think this looks cuter. I think it looks like he's smiling, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just using my Tuxedo Memento black ink, and I'm just going to put that right there. Okay, so he's done except for his wing. So let's just punch these guys out. Okay. Okay, all the scraps go away. And now we can start to build on this cute little design here. So I have my stitched square, and I'm going to put my, oh, I forgot my dimensionals. So I'm just gonna put him on here with some, actually, first let's get this guy, let's get our square on so we're not dealing with the dimensionals that way. And I wanted to show you just how I added just a little bit of nest fill. I'm sure there's a word for it, but I just added that here. So I'm just gonna put this here, right sort of in the middle. I guess I can go up a little bit. And okay, so now if I know where my my little nest is, I just want to add some what looks like bird nest grass, or so I'm taking, these are actually the little birdie's claws. So I'm just going to take this though, and I'm going to put it, I'm going to add a little bit of crumb cake ink. And if I know where I want it, then I can just estimate and just put a little bit there, just so we have a little bit sticking out. And this is going to go there, a little off to the side, and maybe we'll put a little bit here. I don't want it to go onto my DSP, but that seems fine. Okay, so now I can put my nest on, and we'll do that with dimensionals so that we can have a little birdie sitting right up on top. And this will be here. Okay, now let's get this guy on here. I'm just going to use a dimensional just so that the wing sits up a little bit. I love when you can build on these with these punches, build these cute little images. Okay, so he's gonna get some dimensionals too. Okay, and I'm just gonna sit him sort of in, but right to the side there. And that's perfect, because I want to leave just a little bit of room for my sentiment, which will be the a little note of thanks. And this is a little tiny sentiment also. Let me make sure that I'm straight here. That's why I always use my grid paper. But you have to be able to see. Okay. And then as long as you get your block on there fairly even, you should be good to go. Okay, so this is just going to, and I don't trust myself, that looks like it would be very messy on the end there. So this is just gonna go right there. A little note of thanks. And I just love that font on there also. And I have not received my my in color dots yet, but when I do, I will definitely be adding those in there too. So isn't this cute? All right, let me see if I can just do this other one with another another one of the in colors. So this one is the Starry Sky, and let's just do some really quick layering up, and then we'll see if we can do some stamping on that. Where's my, okay. And this one I'm going to use the opposite side, and the DSP comes in all the beautiful, I think it's 4 different patterns in all the different colors. And they're nice patterns. We have the polka dots, plaid. I know there's one with little tiny flowers on it. This time I'm going to use just a little bit different. Use the design, just change it up just a bit. So I'm just gonna put this here. Again, it's the coordinating back side of that. And I have this is the large of the Stylish Shapes dies, that new one that I was telling you about. And let's use the Starry Sky, and let's just see if we can get another image of that bird on there. So let's see, where's my bird? Just want to make sure he's cleaned. Okay, so you can see how quickly that came together. Just layering things up. Now I'm just going to do another really quick nest here, tone on tone with the crumb cake ink onto crumb cake cardstock. And I'll just give it a quick trim. Okay, so let's get this on here, just with our seal, sort of in the middle. And then I'm going to put the nest on again. 2 dimensionals will do it here. And then I'm going to put this guy right in there. Again, with some dimensionals, but we'll tuck them in. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit of this, of the woven ribbon, and I'm going to do a little bit of fraying on this side too. This time, this bird is going to have really pretty metallic fill in his nest. And then I'll just take a little glue dot and grab that. And then I'm just going to sink it in just a little bit here. There we go. And I think you could do more, but I'm just going to do these 2 for now. I might add some more later. And if you fray it on one end and then you have a little bit to deal with on the other side, you're good. Just going to press that down and move that all around. Okay, that's cute. Okay, let me just grab another sentiment. Let's see, which one? You've got something to celebrate. How about that one? And this is, of course, monotone, monochromatic, because we want, we're showcasing this beautiful color. And it is the Starry Sky. Let me grab that again. And I'll just put that on a scrap. But you can just see how cute these guys are, no matter what you do with them. Okay, and I'll just trim this. And add that down here with a few more dimensionals. There you go. Look how cute and how quick that came together. Okay, so these are our 3 in color Sweet Songbird projects. And like I said, I will have these the information for that in color starter kit promotion available. I'll have the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it or share it, or especially subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss my next one. So thanks again for joining me today. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.